Hey y'all, it's Charlie. Thank you so much for clicking on this video. If you're new here, like I said, my name is Charlie and I am a Boston-based flight attendant for a major US airline. Okay, so that's actually what I'm going to be talking about today. As you can tell by the title, I'm going to be talking about how I became a mainline flight attendant. Now, if you're looking for a video on the actual process, how to pass this interview, how to pass that interview, this is not that video. This is pretty much like my testimony, kind of like my journey of getting here. But luckily for you, I have a video on pretty much the whole entire process. I have a video on your face-to-face, your video interview, training, everything you need. I'll actually leave the whole playlist right here. Right here. I don't remember what side of the screen it's on, but it's gonna be up here right now. And it's also gonna be linked in the description box. But yeah, if you like flight attendant content, make sure you like, comment, subscribe, all of that good stuff, and let's get into it. Also, this is my first time filming since I've been in this space, so if y'all don't like the background, let me know. If you do like it, let me know. I will definitely switch it up if need be. I also don't know how the audio sounds in here because I live in a basement, so yeah. Okay, so before I became a mainline flight attendant, I was working for a regional airline for about 6 months. I was actually working for American Airlines, one of their wholly owned regional subsidiaries. I don't feel the need to say which one just because I don't really want to talk about them, to be honest, but it's a part of my story, so I guess I will. I just don't want to say the name because sometimes I do talk about it badly and I don't need that blowback. So at my regional, I wasn't happy. The money wasn't good. My schedule was trash. I kind of got in this funk where it seemed like they were only giving me the same layovers over and over and over again. The most exciting layover I had at my regional was probably Austin, Texas, which is still one of my favorite US cities, so that makes sense. My whole time at this airline, I only did one trip that was just like far away on the big plane, and that was to like Wilmington, North Carolina, and that was a turn. So I don't know if they do it that way where they stick some people in just like the schedule of only being on the 145, but I was always the only flight attendant on the plane. Always, 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 which means my plane didn't go that far. It means I was going to those Kansas cities, Garden City, Kansas, Beaumont, Texas, Lubbock, Texas, all of those places. That's where I would go, and I was sick of it. I also had a problem with one manager who seemed like he was just out to get me. He hated everything that I did. I was always getting called in the office for things that either I didn't do, things that he was just checking in on me, and it wasn't like actually to see if I was okay. It was just like, I don't know, like I feel like he just had something against me. And I also got sexually harassed by one of the pilots there. I haven't really talked about that ever, but it was a thing that happened, and it really just put a terrible taste in my mouth for the whole entire airline. And the way that my company, specifically that manager, handled it, it was a no-go for me. So I knew I wasn't happy there. At that point, I had already applied to American Airlines Mainline. I applied to their Mainline while I was in training for the regional airline. So I'd already had that. I was already waiting for an interview. That was all good, but I was waiting for my dream airline to open up, and it never did. I'm just gonna be honest with you guys. At the time, I thought my dream airline was Southwest Airlines. Looking at it now, looking at the routes, I think I didn't know enough about the culture. I just really liked Ashley Smith TV, so I figured, why wouldn't I like this airline? Because they seemed fun, and being a flight attendant was just a fun job. I never thought it was gonna be a career for me. But yeah, they never opened while I was searching, but then the airline that I'm at now opened up, so I'm like, okay, cool, let's see. I don't think I'm gonna like them. I hear they're stuffy and stuck up and no fun, so it's like the complete opposite of why I wanted to go with Southwest. So yeah, but I figured, I know they're paying me better than $19 an hour. That's how much I was making at my regional, by the way, 19 bucks an hour. So I applied for my current mainline on January the 18th of 2021. I hear that most people get their assessment right after they apply, but I didn't. One of my friends who applied got their assessment, so I was like, okay, well, cool, I already didn't get it. I didn't get sent the assessment until a week later, which really made me nervous. I don't know why it took them so long to let me do my online assessment, but that was the case for me. I really thought I didn't get the job because it took them so long to send me the assessment. So I was doing the assessment, and honestly, I don't want to say it was hard, but it was like tricky. It's hard thinking of what you think is the perfect answer compared to what you think they want to hear, compared to how you really feel. And I think that a lot of people go in saying this is what they want me to say, instead of thinking realistically this is what a real human being who wants this job would say. Like, they don't want perfect robots, because it's unrealistic if you say, if a passenger spits in my face, I'm just gonna smile and thank them for flying my airline. That's not real. That's not real at all. So I think you should just be really truthful and honest with yourself, but still use common sense. It is still a job interview at the end of the day. I ended up getting an email to do my online interview, my video interview, on February the 1st. So I got that email on the 1st. It actually wasn't scheduled into February the 22nd. And you guys, I was a nervous wreck. Today is February 22nd, 2022. No, 2/22/22. Anyways, that must be good luck. 2 is actually my favorite number, and I'm on my interview for a Mainline today. I'm about to do my video interview. I've actually never had to do a one-on-one video interview before, so I'm super duper excited. So wish me luck. I'm about to go set up. During the interview, I felt like I was doing well, but I didn't feel as confident as I usually am. I'm really good at interviews. Usually I go into it knowing that I'm killing it. But the interviewer, he wasn't really letting me know like how I was doing. And I feel like in in-person interviews, I can get the person's vibe a lot better. But this one, this dude, he wasn't being rude or like mean or strict or stern. It was just like, I could tell that it was just his natural personality to be a happy person. So I couldn't tell if he like hated my answers or if he liked my answers, because he was just like genuinely pleasant the whole time. He said something at the end of the interview to make me think I had done well, but I don't exactly remember what it was. It was something really quick right before he hung up, and it made me think like, uh-oh. Wait, did I make that up? He said, we'll contact you about scheduling your next interview. And then he paused and he said, if you make it to that point. But he had already said it, so I was like, what does that mean? Hey guys, I just finished my interview. I think it went well. I think I answered all the questions well. I don't know. I was hoping I'd walk out of there and I'd feel 100% like he loves me, he wants to hire me, he would be proud to have me work for his airline. But I feel like some of the answers that I said were kind of, I don't know. I guess we're gonna see. It's all in the Lord's hands at this point. I'll update you guys soon. So like I said, that was on February the 22nd. On February the 25th, I got invited to my face-to-face interview, and I was so happy, you guys. So happy, so relieved, so excited. At this point, I had made it further in the interview process for my airline than anybody else that I'd worked with, because a lot of us were trying to leave my airline. Not that many of us made it to the 6-month point, and right now I think I was at the 4-month point. So we were all trying to go to different airlines. None of my classmates came to the airline that I'm at now, and still I'm the only one here. So I don't know if they're just not applying, not getting it, or what, but I know a handful of them are at American's Mainline now, which is the, you know, the natural thing to do if you're at the regional, to go to their mainline. It makes sense. But yeah, it wasn't until March the 16th when I was actually going in for the interview. At this point, it is March 15th, the day I'm supposed to fly to Atlanta for my interview, and I'm actually working. I'm at airport standby. They haven't called me all day. I'm on the last day of my standby. I'm on the last hour of my standby. I had about 20 minutes to go on my standby. I'm like, okay, cool, I'm gonna make this flight. Keep in mind, I had 30 minutes until my flight boarded to go to Atlanta. Oh, I was so nervous. I was like, please don't call me. I haven't been called all day. This is good. I'm all packed. I'm telling my friends that are in the crew room with me. I think my friend Haley was in there. Who's been featured on my channel before. And I'm like, okay, we're good. And she's excited for me. We're hype. So, and then my phone rings and I look down at it, and it was crew scheduling. And I started crying. I was so close to making it to that interview, guys. I just started crying. And I picked it up and I said hello, and they said, hey, we need you to do this turn, and after that you'll be released for the day. You're done with standby. And I said okay, and I just bawled and I'm talking to the people in the crew room, and I knew if I called out, if I had a missed assignment, I was gonna get fired because I already had that manager who hated me. I already knew I was on like my last strike. And yeah, I knew I was gonna get fired if I didn't work that trip. And oh my goodness, you guys. Let me go get my food and I'll be right back. I got so bad. Okay, so I already knew I was about to get fired. Any missed assignment at that point, I was gonna get fired because I already had one infraction because I lost my work phone, and one infraction for something that I didn't actually do, but this dude already hated me, and I was just like, whatever, dude, if you want to blame me for something I didn't do, it's whatever. So I already knew. At that point, I already had a friend who got fired for much less. So yeah, I was like, if I call out, especially missed assignments is something they don't really play about. Like saying you're gonna work a trip and you don't, I already knew, I'm fired. Sitting there and I'm weighing up my options. If you know me, I suck at making decisions. I am a true Libra. Making decisions is not my strong suit. So I'm asking the girls in there what would they do, and they were like, just reschedule your interview and all that other stuff. But at that point I had to weigh out, first off, am I even happy here? No. Do I care if they fire me? The only reason why I didn't want them to fire me was because I knew I might want to go to their Mainline, because at that point I had already done my video interview with them and I was going to my face-to-face interview with them soon. My current airline actually got me in for a face-to-face before American did, so that's probably why I ended up with them anyways. But yeah, I was like, what if that ruins my chance at the Mainline? And I thought about it and I cried some more, and I was like, this is where your faith kicks in. If it's meant to be, you're gonna go there and you're gonna get this job. If it's not meant to be, then okay, well, there's always gonna be other airlines. You're not happy here anyways. So I went into the in-flight office and I quit. I quit right there on the spot. I said, hey, I just got assigned this trip. I'm not gonna be able to work it. He said, what's wrong? And I said, I just gotta go. I don't wanna work here anymore. And he said, so you're quitting? And I said, yes, sir. And he made me write up a little note saying that I was quitting real quick, turn in my badge, my KCM pass, my little cabin key, all my stuff. I gave it to him. I was like, honestly rushing him. I was like, okay, you're taking your time. I gotta go. I got a plane to catch. We're boarding. So I quit right there on the spot. And he was like, well, you realize that if you put this in without a 2-week notice, we're not gonna hire you again. And I was like, that's fine, because whether I got this airline or not, there's no way I'd ever go back to that regional. Ever. I'd go back to nursing first. I was still in the military. I still have a nursing degree. Like, I had things to fall back on. I don't need you, sir. I don't need you, sir. I'm good. Thanks, though. Yeah. I quit. I got on that plane and I was kind of tearing up getting on the plane. It was a lot for me. And I remember the flight attendant who was working in the back, she said, are you going there for anything special? Are you commuting home? Because I was in my uniform. I just quit my job. I was in my uniform with no badge. And she said, are you going there for anything special? And I told her, yeah, I have a face-to-face with your airline. And she was so sweet. She said, I already know you got it. You're so nice how you came on. You spoke to us and everything. And she gave me some tips. And yeah, I had my interview the next day. So let's talk about that. My camera died. I don't even know what part I was at. What part of the story was I at? Okay, I'm pretty sure I was about to talk about the face-to-face interview. Okay, you guys, another part of my testimony. This day, I didn't like my hair. My hair wasn't even done. I was like my natural hair, but I like, you know, European beauty standards, so I straightened it. It was like back in some ugly stifle bun. It was right after I got it cut, so it wasn't really bunning like it used to bun. My outfit I wasn't feeling. I got it from Target like the night before. Hey y'all, it's Charlie. I'm here in Atlanta, Georgia. I'm about to go to my face-to-face interview. Sorry for all of this hotel stuff. I'm about to put on my blazer. It's gonna cover up some of these ruffles because I really don't like this look. But I'm here to get my CJA. I just quit my job for this interview and I might not even get this job. Like, then what? Like I said, I had things to fall back on. Like, I got it. Like, we ain't worried about it, but we worried about it, you know? So it was just a lot. It was a whole lot going on at once, and like I'm talking to my parents about it. I didn't want to talk to all of my friends about it because I didn't want them to know that I went to the interview and didn't get it. At this point, my flight attendant bestie, who you have seen on this channel before, he went to the interview and he did not get it. So I'm just like, if they don't like him, they're not gonna like me because he's so likable, and my anxiety be making me, I don't want to say unlikable, it just makes me not interview as well as I can when I'm feeling my best, when I'm feeling 100% confident. So pulled out some fake confidence and I prayed about it. I prayed. God is in your hands. Whatever happens, happens. You leading my life. I'm just, you know, along for the ride. Like, you got it. Like you got it, bro. Like, we good. So I'm sitting here praying, trying to, you know, cast my anxieties on him or whatever. And I found this piece. I'm just like, okay, well, it either happens or it doesn't. I always say, me and God, we are the best team. And I honestly, like, I feel prepared. I feel calm. And after I tell y'all everything that I went through to get to this point and everything that happened yesterday, like, I'm really, really ready to share that testimony with you guys. And I just, if it's for me, like, who can be against me? You know, like, I have this. I already know. Sorry, my alarm just went off. I'm about to go in. I'm about to get this CJO. I'm going to be the best flight attendant I can for this company. And I just feel like no matter what happens today, the air just cut on right in front of me. Good, it can draw some of my tears. No matter what happens today, like, I was put in this position for a reason. This is exactly where I'm supposed to be right now. I needed to take a step out on faith. I needed to walk by faith and not by sight. I needed to make this change in my life, and I am so excited. And I'm not nervous and I'm not anxious, and y'all know how I am. I can be very, very scattered and manic and everything, and I'm good, you guys. No matter what happens today, everything's gonna work out, and I truly believe that. So I'm gonna go. I'm supposed to be there at 12:30 and it is 10:30 now, so I'm gonna go so I can get there pretty much at like 10:45, honestly, because it's right down the street. I can literally see it from here. I made sure I got a hotel really close because I did not want to be late. So yeah, I'm gonna be there early. So yeah, wish me luck. Here we go. Unfortunately, I was not able to get my hair done yesterday, so I'm not feeling too insecure about it, but I mean, you know, I feel more confident with a little extra, but it's fine. We look good. I'm gonna put my blazer on and have my skirt suit. Let's go get this CJ up. I don't know if anybody else does this, but throughout the day, I find myself watching certain people. Like, this person's gonna do good, this person's killing it. Like, this person is perfection. Like, this person, without a doubt, is going to get the job. And for me, this guy's name was James. So this guy named James, I'm like low-key watching him the whole entire day because he's just killing it. He has so much confidence. I can tell he's been a flight attendant for a while. At that point, I'd only been an FA for 4 months. So like, I didn't have that I've done this before confidence. So we have our different little things that we move about in the day, and James was actually in my larger group for that. But within one of the groups, we had a smaller group of 3, and I was actually in James' group for this team working assignment, and we worked really well together. We worked well with the other girl in our group. We're all complimenting each other, working well. We're catching each other on things that we missed, and we killed it. We did awesome. And that confirmed to me, like, James is going to get this job because he did amazing, and either he's making me look a lot better or he's making me look a whole lot worse. Throughout the day is going, after that assignment, I felt a little better, but there was still, you still had your personal face-to-face. I cried in that. It was like a one-on-one. I cried about everything. Y'all know this. And I just wasn't feeling my best. Usually I thought I would either know, like, I got this 100% or I don't. And the lady, I could tell she had a lot of sympathy for me because of my story and my crying, because I was telling her a story of me working as a nurse during COVID and all that stuff. So like, I could tell that she saw my passion for that, but I was hoping I wasn't making it seem like I missed it as much as I really did at that point. And she said something like, you seem like you were meant to be a nurse. And when she said that, I was just like, does that mean she doesn't want me to be a flight attendant because I'm so caught up on being a nurse? Like, I thought I killed the interview, but until she said that one line, I was like, huh, I could definitely see why she thought that. So yeah, if you want tips on your flight attendant face-to-face interview, here's a video, and I actually have a blog post about it on my website. Go check it out, it's in the description. We're at the end of the day, they're calling people to leave, but it's just like, okay, we are gonna email all of you, take this bus, some of you are gonna be taking this bus, and they start reading this list of people, and they're like, we can't read this name, or what is this? And I'm like, girl, I got a long ghetto name, it's probably me. And then they say, hold on, and then someone else comes to the front of the room, because we're all looking at the back of the room, trying to figure out what name is this? Can they not pronounce Charlesia? Because who can? and someone comes to the front of the room. She says, "You all have the CJO," and we all start crying and bawling, and it's just like the best experience ever. Another thing I want to say is this was the most fun interview ever. All those things that you hear about this airline being stuck up and snippy, it was literally like sorority rush with all the clapping, like Bama Rush TikTok. Like, it was exciting, it was lit, it was so much fun. And then my interviewer came up to me and she said, "I'm so happy you got it. I could tell you were getting a little nervous, but I wanted to let you know the whole time, like, girl, you're doing so well." She was telling me how good I did and how confident I seemed, which I was like, girl, what? But it was so much fun and she was so excited for me. And then when we're all hugging each other and stuff, James walks up to me. He said, "When I saw that I was in the group with you, when they were calling the names, I knew that I got it because I was in the group with you." And I started bawling, you guys. The person I've been comparing myself to all day said that he was watching me all day. You guys, I got my CJO today. Oh my goodness, and I met some amazing people, like the flight attendants there and the hiring staff and everybody, but more like the people that I was interviewing with, everybody was amazing. And it was just like, everyone I've talked to, every single person, I was like, how am I gonna beat all these people out for this one job? And obviously they're accepting more than one person, but it's just like, oh my goodness, I can't, like, it feels so surreal. I don't wanna say I can't believe it, because like, I have the resume and I know that I'm what they want and I know that I can do the job, but it's just like, to take that huge leap of faith that I did. I quit my job yesterday just to be able to go to that interview, and it all paid off. And it's just like, the Lord has blessed me in so many ways. And okay, I don't want to get too churchy, so I'm just gonna go ahead and wrap this up. But I'm just so grateful, and I can't believe it. They opened it up for like 1 week and got 77,000 applications, and they chose mine, and I'm just so grateful. And me and God, we are the best team, and I wasn't anxious and I wasn't worried until I got to the interview and I saw how amazing everybody is, and because comparison is the thief of all joy. You can't compare yourself to anybody else in the process, because they don't have your resume, they don't have your stories, they don't have your background, you don't know them. All you can see is their outside appearance, and you never know anyone's story or what they're going through or what they're dealing with at home or what they can bring to the table. And honestly, I don't know how they even picked us out of all those people. Out of the like probably 60 people or 40 people or however many it was, like they whittled it down to 16, and they were saying that 16 is more than they thought they were gonna take, and I truly believe that, because everybody in there was amazing, and I have no doubt that anybody who didn't get it today, or they're gonna get it in the future, because they're amazing. Oh my gosh. Yeah, that was pretty much my story on how I became a mainline flight attendant. I went to training a couple months later. Training was rough. Not the actual training part wasn't hard at all. It was more of the outside stuff that I had going on in my life. A lot of the anxiety, mental health, and all that stuff going on. Problems within my class, problems outside of my class, problems with the health of my family members, all that type of stuff. But all in all, it's been great, and I am gonna do a 6-month update because I just got off for probation and I couldn't be any happier. I'm so glad I chose this airline, and yeah. It's been great. I've went to so many different places. My life has had a lot of ups and downs, and nothing's perfect, but you guys, I truly love my job, and I love this airline. And yeah, that's my story of how I became a mainline flight attendant. If you're interested in seeing more of my life, I have so many vlogs on my channel. I really hope that you guys stick around to watch it, and let me know if you have any questions. But yeah, all right, y'all have a blessed day.